So let's try this out, eh? Looks like a good pedal. Right, so we're all plugged in there. Where do we plug this? I can't find the hole with the plugs. Oh, that's weird. Might have to ask Google. According to Google, it's not a pedal at all, it's actually a stove. Oh. Crank that round and see what happens. G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's Friday and this is the Friday show and tell show. I'm glad you could join us today. So today we've got this unique stove here called the Turm stove, made in the 1960s in Germany. As you can see from the introduction, it kind of looks a wee bit like a guitar pedal. If you're around guitars and vintage stuff, you could kind of get it confused for that, but as we've discovered, it's actually a stove. This stove is different to a lot of the other stoves I have because it actually runs on denatured alcohol or methylated spirits. It's quite different from what we're used to. So we'll have a wee closer look at it, eh? Here's a bit of a closer look at it. So it has a brass tank and a brass fuel cap there. The rest of it has a wee brass label there as well. There's the rest of it's metal. It would have been all painted black, but the paint's actually come off. I think the previous owner perhaps had stripped it off to repaint it. At some stage we'll readdress this and put another bit of black matte black paint on it. We won't do that today, so we're just going to have a brief look at it. We'll open it up and have a look. Yeah, so this is the actual tank, which is up the top here when you open it, and it's basically gravity fed, unlike a lot of other stoves which are pressurized to make it run. This one here runs on gravity, so the fuel feeds down these tubes here and down into the main burner tube here, and into the burner, which is just under here. It's got a unique stove stand that just sort of unfolds here for your pot stand rubber. So that unfolds like that, and so the fuel comes into this wee dish here for a start, and you light that up to prime it, and once it heats up, you turn the knob, and away she'll go. So we'll get a bit of fuel in here, release a bit of fuel. So the valve key is actually in the lid here. This here, it's got a brass handle and a maybe Bakelite plastic on the end of it. So we'll use this to release a bit of fuel down into the priming dish here. So I'm just going to turn the valve handle there, and we'll release a bit of fuel into the priming dish there. See the alcohol, the denatured alcohol or methylated spirits, depending on where you come from, fill on the dish there. So we'll light that up and prime the stove up. Yeah, so it's quite unique, this stove, compared to some of the other ones that I have, or most of the other ones I have run on kerosene or Coleman fuel, white gas. That's pretty much finished priming there. We'll just turn the handle there. Quite hard to see because of the blue flame, but it is going there. We'll just put the jug on there. Should be able to see the flame underneath there, the blue flame. So this tank here would have originally had the instructions label on here for all the information on lighting instructions, but unfortunately that's melted off. It gets quite hot being a methylated spirit stove. But, I do have the original paper instructions, which we'll look at in a minute. So here's the original instruction manual for the stove, with a description of all the parts. So down the centre tube, where the fuel runs, which is this tube here, it runs gravity fed down the tank and then through over top of the burner to prime it. So in the inside of that is this wick system here, which they call a filter. I had to take the screw off the end there and pull the filter out and clean it on this stove. So it was full of carbon, so we cleaned it out with a bit of methylated spirits and just a light wee wire brush here to clean it up real carefully, and managed to get all the carbon off that. So now it works really well. Just have a look at the stove again. You can see it's running nicely there. If you can see, there's a bit of heat coming off this. It's pretty hot actually, working nicely. Yeah, so the other side of this instruction manual has the written instructions, kind of quite old school with the old, it's all typed. So, original lighting instructions, which is pretty much what we've done there anyway. Yeah, so there we go. We'll just wait on this jug to boil, and then we'll have a cup of tea. While we're waiting for that to boil, we'll have a look around. Yeah, so where we are here this is known as Boiler Point. Behind me is the Keary's Bay Hotel in Keary's Bay there. There's a whole bunch of boats moored behind me. That's a jetty, and in front of me here is the Port Chalmers Wharf. It's quite a picturesque outlook really. I've been here once before and done a Friday show. It's very nice today. It's absolutely beautiful. I'll give you turn the camera around. I'll give you a bit of a look out to the head of the Targa Harbour, so you can see there. Yeah, so there's a view out the front there, looking out to Aramoana and the mouth of the Targa Harbour there. And on the right hand side there's Tairoa Head with the lighthouses, and there's an albatross colony out there as well. It's quite a beautiful harbour, Targa Harbour. We've been here a few times on the videos. It's just spinning around, looking around to Keary's Bay here, the boats. It's turned out to be quite a lovely day today, which is nice. We'll just have a look at the stove again, see how well that's doing. There's a wee bit of wind, so it's blowing the flame a wee bit. You can hear the jug heating up there. Yes, it's quite a nice wee stove this. Reasonably compact, fits in your pack quite nicely. I believe a lot of people use them on motorbikes as well. It was quite popular with motorbikes. looking out to the mouth of the harbour again out there. Moana and the Taiaroa Head. Jugs on the boil there. And a cup of tea there. So there you go, that didn't take quite, very long at all. It's quite a good flame on that. Didn't take too long on the methylated spirits to heat that up there. A quick cup of tea. Just turn that off there. Oh guys, it was just a wee short video today. Hope you enjoyed the stove anyway. I quite like it, the Turm stove. Just out of interest, the word Turm apparently in German meant rock, so a touring rock stove. So maybe that's why we got it confused as a guitar pedal. Never mind, we worked that out anyway. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers and thanks for watching. Cheers. According to Google, it's not a pedal at all, it's actually a stove.